Hi my loves, how you guys doing? Welcome back to this face. If this is your first time, do not make it your last. We're all about fashion, lifestyle, and a bunch of general nonsense. This video is something that I got inspiration from to do before. I was meant to do it like as a video with Emma, but we were not able to do it because we didn't get like scenarios in on time to be able to do it. But this time I got them online, so I'm going to do like a get ready with me makeup, you know, for this light beat. So if you're interested in it, stay tuned, continue watching. I'm going to be making up or beating my face up while we discuss different dating scenarios and what I would do in those situations. So yeah, let's get right into it. I look a bit puffy because I am puffy and I just woke up not too long ago, but let's get this started. Okay, so I got my scenarios or my dating scenarios or experiences from Google online, so I have a few of them, so I'll just go through them while I do my makeup. So let's do that. To be honest, if I had known I wanted to do this video, I would have sent out like a question earlier on, maybe on my Instagram, for you guys to give me like your dating scenarios. Maybe I'll do that next time, but I didn't really think about that, so I had to go online to get like, and I got some funny ones to get like some funny dating scenarios. So there are lots of them here. I don't know if you guys can see, but there are so many of them, so I'll just go through them and give you guys my 2 cents or give you guys what I think about the situation if it happened to me, or what I would do if I was in that position, or whatever it is. Basically just react to the different scenarios. So let's start. So as always, I'm using my Fenty primer. I actually need to get more products like from different brands because most of my products are Fenty. I don't know how I got to that point, but I'd like to get other brands for my primer, for my foundation, for other things, my concealer. Everything is Fenty. I don't have any problem with Fenty. I love Fenty obviously, but like it's good to have like, you know, the variety of stuff. Basically guys, we're just about to gist, you know, gist with Ziggy. I think I should name this gist with Ziggy, or I don't know, scenarios with Ziggy. What? Find the name. Find the name for this. I have my mirror here, so in case I am looking, I have my mirror here, so in case I'm looking down here, forgive me, but I might look here as well, just so you know. So yeah, I think we should find the name for this particular kind of videos, because I feel like it's very fun and it's interesting. Guys, sorry, I'm just gelling down my brows with my Benefits gel. So let me just do that and then we'll take the first scenario. So the first one said, I've seen some of them. I'll try and just shuffle it so it's not like everything here I've seen it. Okay, first one said, we met on Instagram and decided on having our first date at an ice cream parlor. Sadly, this guy wouldn't stop talking about different ways in which I could lose weight. Sadly, this guy wouldn't stop talking about different ways in which I could lose weight after he saw me. He said I am supposed to do like 40 press-ups just because I am taking a cup of ice cream. I lost it when he said, if you follow my advice, you wouldn't have to place your stomach on your thighs when sitting again. I grabbed the 2 cups of ice cream that was on the table, threw them at him, and ran outside. The bike I took came at the perfect time. I threw him a huge fuck you when he tried coming after me. I don't know if you guys have actually watched my story time when I don't know if it was my story time or how I met my husband, when we did like a get ready with me, like he did my makeup while we talked about how I met my husband for the first time. This actually reminds me of it because I talked about how I met his dad for the first time and how he body shamed me, basically. So this reminds me of it, that like, no, there's nothing worse than, or there's nothing more awkward or uncomfortable about meeting someone for the first time and they blatantly to your face talk about your weight. But I guess that was my father-in-law. It's not like I was marrying him or I was dating him, so it wasn't that deep. His opinion didn't really matter like that compared to if it had come from my husband or from my boyfriend or from a date, right? But what I'm even trying to say is wait guys, let me get my brow pencil. What I'm even trying to say is that if I go on a date and we said it's ice cream we're going to go and get. Whether I'm like this or like this, don't mention my weight. Because the moment you say, I won't even wait for you to even get, like, be too serious, like say things like he said, like, oh, before we can't even get to the 40 push-ups part. That's how you even look at me. That's how you look at me. Like, when someone looks at you like, I might really be going. So you don't ever have to start, it starts with joke like, big girl, or you're chubby. No, that's how to throw subtle jokes like that. Off I go. You can say that I'm soft or that I let things get to me. It's okay. Because guess what? What are you trying to achieve? Why stay there when you know it's going to continue? Like, don't you respect yourself enough to leave? At the end of the day, it's ice cream. Like, the person is not buying you a property. It's not dashing you 50 million. You are here to eat ice cream. So why will I sit down there to chop insult when there's no benefits? Like, why are you insulting me? Like, I have self-respect for myself. So the moment you mention that first line of biggie, that's how you understand. You don't know me. You're meeting me for the first time. First impressions, they're very important. And you're telling me I should do 40. No, he now said do 40 push-ups and said that if you had listened to him, your stomach will not be still on your laps. He said if you follow my advice. How did she get to the point where they actually ordered the ice cream and sat down? Like, there are steps to this. People had to sit down, order the flavor you wanted and everything. Okay, no problem. Let's now say that you decided to stay because you don't have ice cream at home or you've never seen ice cream before in your life and you want to chop the insult. No problem. You waited, you got the ice cream. The guy was still going on and on, telling you different things to do to lose weight, this one, that one. And then you said you stood up, you took the ice cream, and I won't even throw it on you. If I'd gotten to that point, best believe I'm taking the ice cream when I'm leaving. And I'll be eating it as I'm going. I'll be like, you fool! And I'll be going. But I mean, kudos to her for throwing the ice cream. But I don't think my mind will even go there because me, I don't even like, how will I put, I won't even get to that point. I don't like public confrontations. I don't like creating a scene. Like, I've said it before. For example, if someone hits my car, someone has actually hit my car before, I am not the one to come down and start shouting. I don't have it in me. People have said, what do you mean? I don't have it in me. Like, so I always wonder, what do people come out to say? Like, I come down, you idiot, you hit my car with... I don't have it in me. And it has nothing to do with pride. It just has everything to do with... I just don't have it in me for public confrontations. I know I've had this discussion again with someone where they're like, if someone slaps you in public, what would you do? And I was saying things like, I'll walk away and arrest you. But everything depends on how it started. Like, if you just walk up to me and slap me, straight up arrest, I'll look for a way to hunt you down if I know you or anything. And at the same time, everything depends on my mood, because sometimes I feel like I know myself and I surprise myself. Who knows? But that is not my go-to. My go-to is not to start fighting and start, we die here tearing clothes. I don't have it in me, really, to be honest. So that's why that particular scenario, when they were like, someone slaps you, I was like, it must have come from something. Maybe we're insulting each other or I did something. Do you understand? Yes. So knowing that I'm not that kind of person that likes public confrontation, I'll just close my mouth because I know I'm in public. I wouldn't trigger you to an extent where you're going to be slapping me in public and we're going to be fighting. Not like I cannot fight you, but I know I'm deeply going to regret it when I look back. Why am I fighting in public? What does that even mean? Do you understand? So I wouldn't even want to put myself in that position. With the accident, someone has actually hit me before and I promise you I was in my car. I was just there like, what just happened? And the guy that hit me actually came down, was telling me, sorry, this one, that one, da, 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 da. The hit was not that bad. But I'm just saying, that's the kind of person I am. Like, I won't come and start holding you like, how dare you hit me, this one, that. Guys, let me draw my brows, because if not, this video will not finish today. But basically, with that scenario, I just will not sit down there for the insult. I just won't. Like, don't talk about my body. Like I said, I don't care whether I'm skinny or fat. Just first encounter, first impression. Don't talk about the way I look. Like, it's rude. Let's leave it for the next 5, 6, 7 dates. How about that? Next is my foundation. I'm going to mix in these two from Fenty. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Fenty, Fenty, Fenty. I need more foundations. I used to use NARS before. I think I have to get like a NARS foundation because they have pretty good, nice foundations. Lancome has nice foundations as well. But anyways, I'm using Fenty, the Pro Filter, and the Pro Filter Soft Matte and the Pro Filter Hydrating. So I usually just mix them together. So let me just mix it and put on my face before I go on to the next scenario. Anyways, let me read the second one, then I discuss it while I apply my foundation. So this one, he was already seated. This is from Lillian. I don't know, I'm calling their names like you guys know them. Anyways, he was already seated before I arrived. I greeted him and apologized for coming late. However, he ignored me. He later told me it was because I only said hello when I greeted him instead of saying good afternoon. Okay. I apologized again. We conversed a little and I started glancing through the menu list. He snatched it from me and jokingly said he would pick for us because he doesn't trust Nigerian girls. Is that joke? It's still that joke we're talking about. All this joke. Okay. He chose salad, which was the cheapest on the list. A plate was 2,500 naira, and he ordered 2 bottles of water. I called the waiter and told him I would love to have jollof rice. No. I called the waiter and told him I would love to have jollof rice and juice with mine. And I made payment for everything I got immediately. He became moody again and I didn't care. He then said he noticed I am a feminist through my attitude and left the table angrily without paying for what he got. The waiter came to ask me for his money and I asked her if I gave her money for what I ate or not. She went after him but he was gone. Her loss. Nam, nam, nam. This is my kind of girl. I love it. I love it. First of all, okay, let's start with the greeting. So she was late. Okay, that was bad. No problem. He was already seated and she was late. So let me put myself in that position. I had a date. I'm always late. So this even sounds like what would happen to me. I'm always late. You're already seated. I'm late. I feel like for someone that I'm dating, especially in the African community, I understand we like to greet like good afternoon, good morning, good evening. But that usually happens for like our typical elders. I don't know. It happens for our typical elders, right? I don't think it's that common for someone you're dating or you're about to go on a date with where you be like, good afternoon. I'm the kind of person that greets, don't get me wrong. I greet a lot and I think it's because of the kind of school I went to. I went to Air Force, so we were used to greeting. We were greeting everybody. We had military training now, so everything's like, good morning, sir. Sure, sir. Good. Do you understand? So I got very used to greeting. I really don't mind greeting anybody. I greet my younger ones, like people that are younger than me. If I come to a place, I'll be like, good afternoon, good morning. It's not that deep for me. So it's not even about age or pride or whatever. I like greeting. But at the same time, I understand a situation where I'm with someone that is meant to be, you know, when they say like if you're dating someone, even if the person is like 10 times your age, so long as you people are dating on that level, it's almost like you people are age mates, right? I don't know. So I understand if she didn't say anything, but saying, hey, I'm sorry for coming late, or hello, are you so and so, because I want to believe this is the first time they're meeting now. Do you understand? Hi Victor. Hi, hello Victor, I'm so sorry for coming late. I'm just assuming that's how I'll say it, for example. Hi, sorry Victor, sorry for coming late. Traffic, you look for your reasons, obviously. And person will now come and squeeze face for you. And ignore you. No, ignore you, not even squeeze face. Ignore you. You don't be wondering. I'm confused. The same thing with me, I'll still sit down, even though that's already a red flag. Like I said, this is the first date, or this is not like you're dating someone. This is the first date. So someone like me, I'm looking for every reason to just not even see you again. Unless like we've been talking before and, you know, there are other things about you that I like. But if it's just a thing of, oh, we just spoke once, you took my number and we decided to meet each other. And I'll be like, hey, Victor, I'm so sorry for coming late. Give my excuse, this one, that one, and you ignore me. I'll swallow saliva and be like, oh, and I'll sit down. Now, the problem now comes from the fact that I will now ask you, which I want to believe that's what she did. Like, this one, you're ignoring me. What happened? I don't understand. Then you now be like, you don't know how to greet. Which one is hello? You didn't tell me good afternoon or good morning. It will take a lot for me to still sit down there. See, I'm very... I know how to endure things from people in general. But when it comes to someone trying to ask me out, like when I feel like you should be the one trying everything in your possible capacity to make a good first impression and you're messing up, I wouldn't even give the chance to continue messing up. So it's still the same thing, right? No problem. Let me assume I still stay. When you tell me you don't know how to greet, I'm definitely not going to greet, because to me I see it as, what does that even mean? Hello is a greeting. Hey is a greeting. And me giving you my excuse, at least tell me something like, oh, I understand, or whatever it is, not ignoring me like a child, because that's telling me that you're already a child. You're not even mature enough to even receive greeting from me. Like, why are you ignoring me? Do you understand? This is the first date. Like, Jesus Christ, first impressions, they matter. You don't talk to... There's a way you can still pass your information if you're that kind of person. I want to believe maybe he's way older and he wants to pass the information to the person, like, okay, be greeting me or whatever. But no, I don't feel like it's the first date. I don't know. You just have to have your play on words and know how to do it, and your body language and everything, so the person doesn't get defensive, like, oh, do you understand? And it takes maturity to do that. Anyway, so let me just assume I still stay when I know I'm not going to stay. And then my concealer, concealer is Fenty as well, and my concealer is in 385. Their Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. So let me assume I still stay, no problem. And then you now they don't get the menu for us to now choose what we want to eat, right? You don't jokingly snatch it. Childishness, violence. That's how I'll just be taking it in my head, like, okay, petty. Those are not the kind of things you want to be seeing on your first date. And if I'm saying it, I'm taking it in my head, I'll be like, yep, definitely not seeing you next time. Unless I'm really hungry, I'm like, let me just eat this food and just be going home, right? So now you're jokingly snatching menu from my hand when you're meeting me for the first time. No problem. Then you now proceed to order for me. Not only did you proceed to order, it's not like you ordered a platter, a spread. You now said you're going to order salad for me. Did I tell you I want to eat salad? Do you know, do you know where I'm coming from? Do you know how hungry I might be? What makes you feel like I want a salad? Like, why even ordering for me? No problem. Then you order the cheapest thing on the menu. You know, I keep on saying this thing, is the way you put yourself, that's the way people are going to follow you. Or that's the way people are going to respect you. Because the fact that you're sitting down there, even after him talking to you that way, snatching the menu and placing the order, you have no respect for yourself, because you can easily, even if you don't start going home, right, move to another table. I feel like that's counting I can even do. Move to another table. The way she says she ordered jollof, I'll be ordering it, but on another table. I won't be with you. I won't even give you the chance to now form, anger, stand up and leave. No, I'll take the menu, move to another table, call the waiter and be like, Biko, get me rice, chicken, and I'll be shouting so you'll be hearing it. Get me a bottle of wine. Since, like, if you don't want to waste your outfit, maybe you made up now. Do you understand? You can't just be going home like that. No problem. I'll stay there, order everything I want to order, and be pressing my phone. Maybe I'll even call a friend to come and join me, or whatever it is, so I won't be alone. I like solo outing or whatever. I don't even mind being by myself. But if I feel like it's too public of a place, then I can say, let me call my friends, come and join me or something. But if it's just a chilled spot, best believe I'm going to be there by myself and order my food. If I feel like it's too much, I'll do it to go. Take it away, carry it and be going home. It's not even that deep. So she said she now ordered her own with rice and juice and told them to... First of all, let's even talk about this ordering the cheapest thing on the menu and taking a girl out on a date. I feel like for a guy, if you decide you're going to take a girl out on a date, especially if you're the one that chose the place or the spot, you should come prepared. I hate hearing stories of, oh, I took a girl out and she was just ordering and ordering, this one, that one, no home training, this one. I am a big believer, in ordering what you can afford, right? And for the girl to order rice and chicken and juice and pay for it, that means she could afford it. So, as men, are you not meant to look at the girl you're trying to ask out on a date? Look at her. If you saw her on social media, look at her page, look at her lifestyle. If you can't afford that, why are you taking her out and then calling her a feminist for wanting to order what she can even afford? So where I have a problem is when women go out on dates and order things they cannot pay for. Like, you don't normal day in your house, you don't drink champagne. You cannot order or afford a bottle of champagne, and then you now go meet a guy and be like, I would like to order Dom Perignon. Who are you? And why? I understand that, that's fine. But if you can pay for what you're ordering, and like I said, the man even chose the spot. Even if I was one that chose the spot, I believe it's your duty to do your research on that spot. Like, we're talking, right? And I say, okay, meet me at so and so place. Google search, check it. Check the place. Check how much you carry in your pocket and be coming. And if you don't have it, cancel it. cancel the date. But not when we don't get there, you don't be like, let me have a bottle of water because that is the least I can afford. But no problem, I let you choose the place. So that's even enough time for you to do your research and check, you know, what, I'm using Fenty as well, their matchstick in espresso. And check what you can afford. Like, you have enough time to literally choose what you can afford. And then I get there and you're telling me you want to order the cheapest thing on the menu. No. No, sir. We ain't doing that, okay? So yeah, she said she took it, she ordered her food and paid for it, and it was the waiter's loss. That's her business, because you can't even come to me. The fact that he even still ordered, do you understand? So for her to say that he left after ordering, that means he ordered and they brought his food or something. They were there for a long time. Like I said, I'll carry that menu, or since you snatched it from me, I'll leave it for you, go to another table and request another menu and order my stuff and chill and be going. So as you're walking out, you're not even walking out ordering, like you just walk out with shame. These people, I don't understand. I came down to Lagos from Enugu to see this man after chatting for 2 months online. Okay, we had our first date at a rooftop restaurant. Okay, we were in the middle of a conversation when a lady came around and sat behind us. Okay, this guy started acting restless and was twisting his neck to look at her. He suddenly stood up and went to her table. Guys, the camera is focusing on my phone. He suddenly stood up and went to her table. They started chatting and laughing. And this went on for almost 15 minutes. 15 minutes? You sat down there for 15 minutes. You see, this thing about self-respect. I think all the scenarios just boils down to self-respect. You sat down for 15 minutes and watched him talk to another woman behind you that he was breaking neck to see before. 15 minutes? And I was still seated. Hey God. He came back and said, Shebi, you and I are not dating yet, and I am allowed to still go and shoot my shot, Abi. I wanted to angrily, you wanted to, you're still wanting to. I wanted to angrily walk away, but who would pay for my flight money back to Enugu? Poverty is a bastard. Poverty. So that was a reason. Ooh, okay. Okay. I don't even know how to attack this because I already know what I'm going to do in this situation. Like I said, I won't even be sitting down there for more than 15 minutes. The moment you start twisting your neck to look at the girl behind us, that's the moment I'll be standing up. Do you understand? So we might even stand up together. Like as you're going to talk with her, I'll be walking out through the door. But that's me. So let me just do it using this same person's mindset, not my own mindset, because I don't think I'll even last that long. First of all, I don't even think I'll go to Lagos to go and meet a guy for the first time if we've been talking online. Like, I've never been a big believer of social media, but people find love, people get married, people are there for a long time from social media, chatting online and everything. But I've always been, I'm a very traditional person when it comes to meeting people. I like meeting people face to face. Like, let's meet, then we can exchange contacts, then we can start talking, or meet through someone that already knows you. Do you understand? Then we can start talking like that way. There's a link, but just meeting someone randomly online, I've never been that kind of person. Like, I don't entertain it. Like, I just say it as, I don't know you, you don't know me. Like, let's be moving. Do you understand? But let me assume we meet online and we've been talking for 2 months. I wouldn't be the first to go to Lagos. You're definitely coming to Enugu. I feel like that's even the gentlemanly thing to do. Like, you've been talking to a girl, you should be the one coming to her city to see her and all of that, not you telling her to come to Lagos. Even if you're paying for her flight, like, I still feel like come first. And then maybe the next time I can now come. If you want to pay, no problem. Okay, but no problem. He paid for her flight to come. So I don't believe he paid because she's waiting for ticket back. So he maybe paid for her to come. Or did she go by herself and she's hoping that he'll pay? I don't know how the thing is. So if it's based on that, what if you sit down and chop the insult? And he's telling you things like, Abi, she we're dating. And you've told yourself, okay, nothing good is going to come out from this, but at least let me get my ticket back. What if after that he doesn't pay your ticket back to Enugu? But how awkward or how... So when he's talking to the girl, you just be there waiting for him to come back. Then, nah man, we need to teach our daughters. We need to train our daughters well because this is not normal. That's why I don't blame fathers that spoil the hell out of their daughters, I am all for it. When I mean spoil the hell out of your daughters, that nonsense like this doesn't move them. Like going to go and eat ice cream with someone, the person is insulting you, or going to eat and the person is snatching menu from you and you're still there, or going to meet someone and the only reason you're there while the person is disrespecting you to go and meet a girl sitting behind you is because you're hoping he'll pay your ticket back to Enugu. It's deep, Sha. It's deep. I don't know how people do it, but I just feel like I believe in fathers spoiling their daughters so that they'll just have self-respect and they won't see these little things as a guy doing a lot for them. Like, it's the bare minimum. Like, Jesus Christ, I came all the way from Enugu to Lagos. And what is this? I won't even be in Lagos in the first place. I won't even be there. And let me assume, okay, it wasn't even because of you that I came to Lagos. Maybe I came for an event, a wedding or something. And then I'm like, okay, since I'm talking to this guy, let's meet up and everything. And then we meet up and that happens. I'll be off. Off I go. Like, guys, I'm stressed. Anyways, let's get on with, what was I saying? Eyeshadow. Sorry, before eyeshadow, let me set my concealer. I usually do not bake. I just set. Honestly, I just set and brush it out. I'm going to be using Fenty as well. See, guys, it's Fenty. They're Fenty loose powder in honey. So just set places. I'm doing a very minimal makeup because I just want to film content and go and see a movie. So it's not like I'm doing anything serious. So this is not going to be like a very dramatic makeup. So I just set where I put the concealer. I just dab it with my brush and then I sweep it off. So just a little bit here to here. Forget the name. Anyways, we went on a movie date and he kept talking during the movie. Guys, as she said in brackets, which I hated. I hate that. Oh my God. One of my biggest icks in this world is that we go on a movie date or we go out to watch a movie and you just keep on talking. Hi, yeah. Don't talk to me. A scene came up where a character told her ex that her child wasn't his. The next thing he did was turn to me and say, if you ever do this to me, I'll kill you. Then he laughed. I just faced my front while doing I am in danger laughter. He crazy! He crazy! I don't think I'll leave the cinema, but it's a thing of you're definitely not seeing me next time. All this joke. You're laughing, you're going to kill me. I'll be off. Nah, it's not even that deep. Because people show you their true colors, like when you meet them for the first time. But as human beings, we just have this thing of trying to see the better in people or the good in people and painting over their true color. They're telling you they're black, you're saying you might be purple, you might be orange. Let me see what I can do about it. No. So yeah, I don't think I'll leave. I'll just laugh too. And you won't see me the next time. Like, off I go. I'll probably just block your number and delete you and just be green because it's not me you're going to be killing. Because, you know, it starts with I'll kill you to when you pronounce that dating, finally he'll slap you, he'll punch you, and then he might kill you, you know? People say it, they show you their red flags, but we don't like seeing it. The next one is, I am not even trying to make fun of someone's condition, but this man was coughing. If I counted the number of times he coughed, I am sure I would count over 100 times. He didn't cover his mouth for once. I regretted not having a nose mask on that day. I couldn't breathe. First of all, no. Like, no. Why are you coughing 100 times? In this generation of COVID, of different things going around, like, it's a turn off. Like, what am I still doing there? And then you're not even covering your mouth. You're just like, I'm using my eyeshadow from MAC in Embark for my crease. So for the next scenario, wow, okay. This started with insult, so I just know it's going to be funny. Said, the mumu guy was trying to gossip about me to his friend, but he mistakenly sent the message to me on WhatsApp with a picture of me looking so funny. In the message, he said, guy, this girl no look like her picture at all, oh. I no like herself. She get big yash and breast, sha. So I go like knock her for I go knock her 2 to 3 times before I leave her. He also he also said he would disappear if I order more than his budget. Same thing. As soon as he noticed that the message was sent to me, he froze for about a minute while staring right into his phone. The entire date was as quiet as a graveyard, and we couldn't even look at each other. I finished my food. I finished my food and left the table. We never said a word to each other ever again since then. I don't know why I'm laughing, but this sounds like what I'll do as well. It's a thing of, I don't think, I'll take you so much for a joke that I can't even invest so much emotions like into working out, or like how dare you shouting or confronting you. I think I'll do the same thing the girl did, like just sit down there and eat and just watch you look stupid and watch you just make a fool of yourself, right? It's not, I don't think I'll start saying, how dare you talk to your friend. Like, I don't think I'll have that kind of emotions. I think I'll really just sit down there and even be laughing, like have this evil laugh. I'll be laughing. And just be turning my food and be eating and enjoy my food and finish everything, knowing fully well I'm never going to see you again. So I think I will make it more uncomfortable for you or make it more awkward for you. I don't think I'm going to leave. So yeah, for that particular scenario, for sure, I'm not good anyway. I'll sit down there and I'll be looking you. They say they couldn't look at each other. I'll be looking at you and I'll be eating my chicken like, you don't say. Ah, wow. Do you understand? Let me do my eyeliner. Just any regular black liquid liner. I'll just do that, do my mascara, and then we come back for the rest of the face while we discuss other scenarios. Okay. So guys, next one is so I went on a date with a talkative who was ready to just say things unsolicitedly. He told me about the number of girls he had smashed and how he had fucked one of his exes more than how her future husband would ever fuck her. He asked me what my body count was, and I told him 4. He screamed and said, and you are not married yet? You would have had like 40 before you get married. You would have had like 40 before you get married. This is the same guy that told me he had sex with about 30 girls before. I let that slide and focused on eating enough food. It's food that'll kill us in this world. It's food. We finished eating and the bill of 31,000 naira was brought to our table. This guy said he only has 10,000 naira with him, and I told him I only had my transport fare. That's how we sat down and we started doing look me and look you competition. Neither of us could stand up because we were stopping each other from trying to escape. Last, he forcefully paid 26,000 and I added the remaining 5,000 naira. I am never going out with a broke talkative again. You people are just really amazing. First of all, I just always want to believe that all these things always start when you already ordered the food. So I guess you're already eating and he now starts saying things like, oh, I've slept with this, I fucked that, this one, that one, which should be a red flag. But like I always say, I cannot go on a date and order something I cannot afford. So it's 2 things. If I want to walk away and the guy is like, which has actually happened to me. Let me give you guys a story time for my own. I've gone out with a guy before on a date. I have so many funny dating stories of things like this happening to me where the guy takes me out on a date and he cannot afford it. Funny enough, I've had a lot. So I went out with this guy here in Abuja and he was like, we went out. He picked the place actually, or did I pick the place? I picked the place, but that particular day I didn't even eat. I wasn't hungry. So it wasn't a case of, let me contour with my sleek. It wasn't a case of, oh, I went there and I went crazy, I was just ordering stuff. No, I picked the place, but when we got there, he ate. I think we ordered chicken wings and we ordered cocktails. And then it's not like now everything is expensive. This was a long time ago. So I think then cocktails were like 3,500 or 2,500, you know, but now you will see cocktails 10,000, 15,000. We're getting mad. But that was when cocktails were like 3,500. So I think I ordered like a Long Island. He ordered like a Long Island, and then we ordered like chicken wings and spring roll, or just chicken wings. I can't remember, something like that. So it wasn't even that deep. I think everything was probably like 10K or 15K. Like it wasn't that bad, right? So mind you, the person knew me. It's not like this is not the first time we're meeting. Like we know each other. We've chilled before. So it wasn't even a thing of the person didn't know me or didn't expect me to go out. Like, and the person, I was even surprised it was coming from the person, because the person is not poor. He's not broke. I don't know how to explain it. So it confused me so much that when we went out and we're done ordering, the guy didn't sound like this saying, oh, I don't have money, I only have this. The guy straight up told me, I forgot my card. He was like, I forgot my card. And he was one eating the most though. So I forgot my card. So I didn't even want to make it a big deal. Like, and there was no romantic connection. Like, I'm not explaining. The guy was still asking me out, but I already friend zoned him a long time ago. But I was in my single era, so I was always open to, let's go and chill, I'll follow you and go and chill. So to me, it wasn't even that deep. So maybe that's why I didn't read too much meaning into it, because I was not catching feelings. It wasn't a thing of, oh, I like you so much. Do you understand? So as soon as I said he was not with his card, I was really like, no problem. Like, I didn't want to make the big deal. I was like, okay, no problem, let me just pay. Because yes, I was the one that chose the spot, and the people there, they knew me, like the staff. I'm the kind of person, if I go to the same place over and over again, I'm very friendly with the staff. Do you understand? So that when I come, don't be treating me like, I think it was a lounge, so they won't be forming, oh, no table, this one, that one. So they knew me there. So I didn't want that embarrassment, like, oh, I'm not with my card, so that what will happen. Do you understand? So I was just like, no problem, no problem. So I called the waiter. I was like, don't worry, I'll pay. Instead of this guy shutting up, like, do you understand? Like, okay, now shut up, no problem. He now started saying things like, no, we'll just stop on the way. And no, what did he say? He said his card was not working. I don't know what he said, because he said something about we'll stop on the way and he'll use POS and he'll withdraw the money and he'll give it to me. I think he said his card was not working or he cannot make a transfer, but that he'll withdraw with the POS. Something silly, because in my mind I'm like, as soon as you said you could not pay, just forget about it. Like, it's fine. Let's not even make it more awkward. I was like, it's fine, I'll pay. So anyways, he went on, and this was when the waiter came with the POS. He just kept on talking. Don't worry, we'll just go. You know my guy, we'll just go, we'll stop over the POS. I'll just withdraw money. And I'll just making a big deal out of it. I'll just withdraw and give you. He told the waiter, let me see the bill. How much was it again? Okay, yeah, just let me write on my phone so I don't forget. I'll pay you back this one. I was just there like, oh my God, this guy, stop talking. This guy, we got to our, did he drive? I think he drove. So we entered the car. This guy passed all the ATMs. Like I said, I didn't bring it up, but you know when you're just watching like that awkward moment where it's still in the car and the person just passing all the ATMs, like la 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 la, you just looking, you've seen ATM. This guy didn't say shit about stopping to withdraw the money. This was someone that was shouting, no, I'll draw this before you say, you know, that kind of thing. This guy drove all the way and dropped me home and did not stop, and it was just awkward. And I was fine with it. I was like, cool, because like I said, there was no feelings involved, right? So imagine if this now happened to me. I'm using my NARS mascara. Imagine if it was now this scenario that happened to me where you're just there chatting absolute shit, and then you now tell me you don't have enough money. I would pay. I would pay and be going. But I wouldn't pay, how will I put it? With that one, like I said, I already knew him. We've chilled before, so maybe it was more like I didn't want to embarrass myself and I didn't want to embarrass you. But with someone I've not met before, I'm meeting for the first time, I would pay for my own stuff and I would go. Like, stay there, wash plates, I don't care. I would pay for my own stuff and I would go. So that's why I'm always like, please order what you can afford. So when it comes to the embarrassment of it all, at least you can pay for whatever you had and you can go home in peace without washing plates. Using my MAC gold deposit to highlight my cheek, and then I'll just take one more. My battery is about to go off, so let me just take one more scenario. But let me finish my highlighting. Okay, so this one is, we had already concluded that we would have the date at his place, but I called him a few hours into it that we should meet at a hotel restaurant instead. For some unknown reason, this guy's private area will not rest. He had a had-on from the beginning of our date till the end. When I first hugged him, I felt something hard around my lower abdomen. When I grabbed it thinking it was something else, but it turned out to be his thing, and I quickly apologized. It was so surprising. I continued picking at it throughout our date, hoping it would have calmed down. Hoping that it would have calmed down, but it was still gallant under his trouser and was very obvious. I wonder if that's how he is all the time, or maybe he took something. That was the only thing I concentrated on throughout the date, and the food. This particular one off me, I don't even know what to say. He reached to check it out though. Like, What's that? It's a very uncomfortable thing for any woman. I don't think any woman will be okay meeting a guy for the first time with a hard on, like obviously, like just there look like wow. It's very embarrassing, and it's screaming abuse. It's screaming sexual harassment. Like, I don't understand. Why are you having a hard on? We're just meeting. Like, hello, bim. Or you left your house like that. I don't understand though. I don't blame anyone for feeling uncomfortable in that situation. I think I would. I'm thinking of myself before and myself now. I'm thinking of everything depends. Everything really depends. I have a scenario in my head where I would ignore it and act like I didn't even see it and just rush the date, like hurry the date up and just be like, I'm not hungry, it's fine, yeah, I'll just have water, I need to meet my friend or whatever, and leave. And I have another scenario in my head where I'm like, what's that? what's that? What's happening down there? Are you okay? I'll make it look like a medical concern, like, are you okay? What's happening? Ooh, my lighting. But everything just depends on what I'm in the mood for. Sometimes I'm just in the mood to look for trouble. Do you understand? Just look for someone's trouble and off I go. So everything just depends. Okay, guys? But yeah, I'll definitely just make the date short and just go because I'll be very uncomfortable. So I'll just cut it short and leave. We're done with the makeup. I'll just do my hair, do my edges, and we're good to go. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys love this kind of videos. If you do, let me know. And I have so many other scenarios, and if you have your own scenarios, you can send to me and I'll discuss it as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye.